exciting coin discovery of your life. Today, we're diving into the mysterious and ultra-rare bicentennial coins, an ordinary-looking coin with the power to make you a millionaire overnight. If you've got this hidden gem in your pocket, your entire future could change in an instant. Let's unlock the secrets behind this legendary piece of treasure. The 1950 American wheat penny remains one of the most fascinating copper coins ever discovered by collectors. Not because every piece is automatically rare, but because certain surviving examples in extraordinary condition have stunned the numismatic world with prices reaching thousands of dollars. Many people confuse the wheat penny with the famous Morgan dollar because both coins carry enormous historical importance in American coin collecting culture. Yet the 1950 wheat penny holds its own legendary identity. This small 1-cent coin was struck during a powerful post-war era in the United States, a time when the nation was rebuilding economically after World War II. The coin carries the portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the front and the classic wheat ears on the reverse, a design that had already become iconic among collectors. Even heavily worn or dirty examples found hidden inside jars, boxes, or old drawers continue to excite treasure hunters because some rare varieties and high-grade survivors have achieved astonishing values in auctions and private sales. While many ordinary circulated coins are worth only modest amounts, certain sharply preserved examples, rare mint states, or coins with unusual errors can command prices ranging from $1,000 to well over $9,000 depending on rarity, grading, and eye appeal. What makes the 1950 wheat penny truly special is its composition and historical identity as part of America's early decimal coinage tradition. The United States was among the first major nations to widely embrace a decimal monetary system, and coins like the wheat penny became symbols of modern economic structure and national identity. The 1950 version was struck using 95% copper mixed with small amounts of tin and zinc, giving it a rich reddish-brown glow when preserved properly. That copper composition is one of the major reasons collectors love these coins today. Unlike modern zinc pennies that feel lightweight and ordinary, the older bronze cents possess a heavier and more historic character. Over decades, many of these coins darkened, became dirty, or developed environmental stains. Yet even those damaged appearances can sometimes hide remarkable value underneath. Collectors often search for untouched dirty coins because cleaning them improperly can destroy the original surface and reduce collector demand dramatically. In the coin world, originality matters more than artificial shine, and a naturally aged 1950 wheat penny with authentic surfaces may attract far more attention than a harshly polished example. The rarest and most expensive examples of the 1950 wheat penny are usually found in what collectors call very fine, mint state, or full red conditions. A dirty coin may appear worthless to ordinary people, but trained collectors look carefully at details like Lincoln's cheek, the sharpness of the wheat lines, the original mint luster, and even tiny imperfections caused during minting. Some coins from Denver, Philadelphia, or San Francisco mints have survived in extraordinary condition with blazing copper color that looks almost untouched by time. Those rare survivors have generated huge excitement because they are becoming increasingly difficult to locate. Auction prices have shown that exceptional examples graded by professional companies can move far beyond ordinary penny values. Coins certified with high numerical grades often enter fierce bidding wars among wealthy collectors who compete for registry sets and elite collections. A single point difference in grading can mean the difference between a coin worth a few $100s and one worth several thousand. That is why experienced collectors never judge a coin only by its age. Condition is everything in the numismatic marketplace. Another reason the 1950 wheat penny captures so much attention is the growing myth and excitement surrounding hidden treasures in circulation. Stories continue spreading about old copper pennies discovered inside inherited coin jars, dusty garages, flea markets, and forgotten collections. While many online rumors exaggerate values into the millions, serious collectors understand that the real magic lies in rare grades, mint errors, and certified authenticity. Some people mistakenly believe every dirty wheat penny is worth a fortune, but true value depends on scarcity and preservation. However, there have been cases where rare Lincoln cents and unusual varieties sold for astonishing amounts because of minting mistakes or exceptionally preserved surfaces. These stories fuel worldwide interest in old American coins and encourage beginners to examine every old penny carefully before spending it. The emotional thrill of possibly holding a forgotten treasure keeps the wheat penny market alive, and that excitement grows stronger every year as older coins disappear from circulation. For serious collectors and investors, understanding grading standards has become absolutely essential. Professional grading companies such as PCGS and NGC authenticate coins, assign condition grades, and encapsulate them inside protective holders. A certified 1950 wheat penny instantly gains more trust in the marketplace because buyers know the coin has been professionally examined. Investors especially prefer certified examples because counterfeit coins and altered surfaces have become more common in modern online markets. Collectors are also advised to study terms like brown, red brown, and full red because color preservation dramatically influences value. Full red copper examples are especially prized because copper naturally darkens over time, making bright original color increasingly rare. Joining numismatic communities, coin clubs, and collector forums can also help beginners avoid scams and learn proper identification methods. Experienced collectors constantly share knowledge about mint marks, die varieties, grading techniques, and storage practices, creating a global community connected through a shared passion for history and hidden treasures. The investment potential of the 1950 wheat penny continues attracting attention because tangible historical assets often perform differently from paper investments. Rare coins combine art, history, metallurgy, and scarcity into one physical object, giving them unique appeal during uncertain economic periods. Over decades, premium quality wheat pennies have shown strong long-term appreciation as collector demand continues rising worldwide. Many investors now seek older copper coins because they represent a disappearing era of American minting history. The fact that these coins were produced before the modern zinc composition chain also adds emotional and material appeal. Some collectors purchase high-grade certified examples specifically as long-term holdings, believing future generations will pay even more for scarce copper coins from the mid-20th century. While not every 1950 penny will create instant wealth, carefully selected examples with strong grades, eye appeal, and certification can become valuable historical assets that appreciate steadily over time. Beyond financial value, the 1950 wheat penny carries enormous cultural symbolism for Americans and international collectors alike. Abraham Lincoln's portrait represents unity, sacrifice, and national endurance, while the wheat ears symbolize agricultural prosperity and economic strength. During the mid-20th century, these pennies passed through millions of hands during one of the most transformative periods in American history. Children used them for candy purchases, workers carried them in their pockets, and families stored them away, unknowingly preserving pieces of history for future generations. Today, collectors from countries far beyond the United States actively seek wheat pennies because they represent a classic image of old American coinage recognized worldwide. The simple 1-cent design has become more than currency. It is now a historical artifact connected to nostalgia, heritage, and the evolution of modern commerce. Even dirty and worn examples still tell stories about decades of circulation and survival across countless transactions and generations. As time moves forward, the 1950 wheat penny continues gaining importance in numismatic history because surviving high-quality examples become scarcer every year. Coins once considered ordinary are now treated as collectible treasures because fewer untouched specimens remain available in the market. Collectors understand that rarity is created not only by low mintage numbers, but also by survival rates and preservation quality. This is why a humble copper penny discovered in an old box can suddenly become the centerpiece of an advanced collection. The international fascination with American wheat pennies keeps demand growing, and many experts believe premium examples will continue appreciating in value over the coming decades. For collectors, investors, and history lovers alike, the 1950 wheat penny represents more than money. It represents endurance, craftsmanship, and the timeless human excitement of discovering hidden treasure in the smallest and most unexpected places. The enduring fascination surrounding the 1950 wheat penny also comes from the emotional connection people develop with old coins that survived generations of history. Unlike modern digital payments that leave no physical memory behind, this small copper coin carries visible evidence of time itself. Every scratch, faded surface, dark stain, and worn edge reflects decades of circulation through stores, markets, banks, and family collections. Many collectors believe dirty old wheat pennies possess a mysterious charm because they look untouched and authentic rather than artificially polished. Some of the most valuable discoveries in numismatic history were found inside forgotten envelopes, inherited boxes, and abandoned piggy banks, proving that hidden treasures can still exist in ordinary places. This possibility creates excitement among beginners and professional collectors alike, encouraging millions of people to examine old coins more carefully. The combination of historical importance, copper composition, rarity in high grades, and growing collector demand has transformed the 1950 wheat penny into far more than a simple 1-cent piece. For many enthusiasts, owning a beautifully preserved example feels like holding a living fragment of America's economic and cultural history directly in their hands. PCGS.com. In the future, the value and prestige of the 1950 wheat penny may continue rising as younger generations enter the coin-collecting world searching for tangible investments connected to real history. Precious copper coins from the mid-20th century are becoming increasingly difficult to locate in untouched condition because countless pieces were lost, melted, damaged, or heavily circulated over the decades. As supply shrinks and collector interest expands internationally, exceptional examples are likely to attract even stronger competition in auctions and private sales. Many experts believe classic American coins like the wheat penny will always maintain a special place in global numismatics because they combine affordability, historical depth, and the thrilling possibility of discovering rare varieties worth thousands of dollars. Whether found in very dirty condition or preserved in brilliant mint state, the 1950 wheat penny continues symbolizing hope, curiosity, and the dream that even the smallest forgotten object can one day reveal extraordinary value. Treasure. The 1951 D. Lincoln wheat penny is one of those American coins that can look completely ordinary at first glance, especially when it is found in a dark, dirty, heavily circulated condition inside an old box, rusty jar, or forgotten family collection. But behind that worn copper surface is a fascinating piece of American history that continues to capture the imagination of coin collectors across the world. Minted in Denver and marked with the famous small D beneath the date, this coin belongs to the legendary wheat penny series that ran from 1909 to 1958 and became one of the most recognized coins in United States history. Even though millions were produced, collectors still search aggressively for rare high-grade survivors because the majority were used heavily in everyday commerce during post-war America. The coin carries the portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the front and the iconic wheat ears on the reverse, a design that symbolized strength, prosperity, and the agricultural roots of America. Many people today underestimate dirty old pennies, but experienced numismatists know that some neglected examples can still hide surprising value beneath decades of oxidation and circulation wear. What makes the 1951 D wheat penny especially interesting is its copper composition and the historical era in which it was created. This coin was struck with 95% copper and a small percentage of tin and zinc, giving it that rich reddish-brown appearance collectors admire. During the early 1950s, America was entering a powerful industrial and economic expansion after World War II, and copper coins like this became symbols of daily American life. Millions of these pennies passed through diners, train stations, factories, grocery stores, and military communities, quietly witnessing a changing nation. The warmth of genuine copper is one reason wheat pennies remain beloved among collectors even today. Over time, the original bright red shine of these coins often transformed into darker brown shades because of dirt, air exposure, oils from human hands, and decades of circulation. Ironically, some collectors are fascinated by dirty examples because they tell a story of survival and history. A heavily worn coin may not appear beautiful to the average person, but to a serious collector, it can represent decades of American commerce and culture wrapped inside a single cent. Although many circulated 1951 D wheat pennies are worth only a few cents, the real excitement begins when collectors encounter rare condition pieces or unusual varieties. Coins with strong details, original surfaces, sharp wheat lines, and visible mint luster can rise dramatically in value. Certified examples in elite mint state grades have sold for thousands of dollars, especially those with full original red coloration. In extraordinary condition, some examples have crossed the $8,000 mark at major auctions, proving that even a common-date wheat penny can become a treasure if preserved exceptionally well. This is why collectors constantly inspect old jars of pennies, estate collections, and inherited coin boxes hoping to uncover a hidden gem. Even a dirty coin should never be cleaned aggressively because improper cleaning destroys the original surface and can reduce collector demand instantly. Some collectors unknowingly ruin valuable coins by scrubbing them with chemicals or polishing them to make them shiny. In numismatics, originality matters more than artificial brightness, and preserving natural surfaces is extremely important for maintaining long-term value. The reason people become so emotionally attached to wheat pennies is because these coins represent more than money. They symbolize an era of American resilience, family savings, wartime recovery, and simple everyday transactions from another century. A dirty 1951 D wheat penny may have traveled through countless hands over 70 years, carrying silent stories from the Korean War era, old gas stations, neighborhood stores, and small-town America. That emotional connection creates powerful demand among collectors today. Some collectors specialize only in Denver mint wheat pennies, while others focus on high-grade red copper examples with flawless surfaces. The market has expanded internationally as well, with collectors from Europe, Asia, and the Middle East actively purchasing certified American coins because they see them as both historical artifacts and financial assets. The growing popularity of online coin auctions and grading services has made rare wheat pennies more visible than ever before, increasing competition for the finest surviving examples. For investors, the 1951 D wheat penny can be surprisingly attractive when purchased carefully. While ordinary circulated examples are extremely common, premium certified coins continue to gain attention because truly high-grade survivors are much harder to locate than people realize. Many of these pennies were poorly stored for decades, resulting in scratches, corrosion, discoloration, and environmental damage. Coins with sharp strikes, strong eye appeal, and official certification from respected grading companies like PCGS or NGC command the highest premiums. Some advanced collectors specifically seek coins graded MS-67, MS-68, or rare repunched mint mark varieties, because population numbers at those levels are extremely low. Over time, scarcity in elite condition drives prices upward, especially when demand from registry set collectors increases. Investors who understand coin grading and long-term collector psychology often view top-quality wheat pennies as tangible assets that combine history with potential financial appreciation. Collectors searching for valuable 1951 wheat pennies should focus heavily on condition, authenticity, and preservation. The first thing experienced numismatists examine is the color designation of the coin, usually categorized as brown, red-brown, or red. Full red examples are generally the most valuable because they retain their original copper brilliance. Sharp details on Lincoln's hair, strong lettering, and clear wheat stalk lines also increase desirability significantly. Certification is another critical factor because professionally graded coins gain trust in the marketplace and sell more easily. Joining coin collecting communities, online forums, and numismatic clubs can also help beginners learn how to identify cleaned coins, counterfeit pieces, and important varieties. Many collectors enjoy attending coin shows where they can study professionally graded wheat pennies in person and understand the differences between average circulated examples and elite condition specimens. Knowledge is one of the most valuable tools in coin collecting, because small details can sometimes mean the difference between a coin worth a few cents and one worth thousands of dollars. The 1951 wheat penny also holds a special place in numismatic history because it belongs to the final decade of the famous wheat cent design, before the Lincoln Memorial reverse replaced it in 1959. Many collectors see the wheat penny era as the golden age of small American coinage because the design remained classic, simple, and instantly recognizable. Even today, people who know nothing about coin collecting still recognize the famous wheat ears on the reverse side. That universal recognition gives the coin enormous cultural appeal. Some collectors preserve these pennies not for profit alone, but because they feel emotionally connected to the history and symbolism behind them. Parents pass them to children, grandparents hide them in old albums, and collectors treasure them as miniature historical artifacts from a rapidly changing America. The coin represents endurance, tradition, and the idea that even the smallest denomination can carry enormous historical importance through time. Today, the international fascination with American wheat pennies continues to grow stronger every year, and the 1951 issue remains part of that global demand. While many dirty circulated examples are inexpensive, the finest preserved pieces continue to rise in prestige and collector interest. Wealthy collectors compete for top certified examples because they know true rarity is based not only on mintage numbers, but also on survival in exceptional condition. Over decades, countless coins were damaged, cleaned, melted, or lost forever, making pristine survivors increasingly desirable. That is why experts believe certain elite condition wheat pennies could continue appreciating for many years to come. Beyond financial value, these coins carry cultural symbolism that stretches far beyond America itself. They represent history, craftsmanship, resilience, and the timeless human fascination with preserving pieces of the past. A dirty old 1951 wheat penny may appear insignificant to most people, but to a passionate collector, it can represent a hidden copper treasure waiting to reveal its true story and extraordinary, worth. One of the most fascinating aspects of the 1951 wheat penny is the mystery that surrounds coins discovered in extremely dirty or neglected condition. Many valuable coins are not found inside expensive collections but hidden in forgotten piggy banks, abandoned drawers, attic boxes, and old family jars that have not been opened for decades. Dirt, oxidation, and dark tunning often make these pennies appear worthless to ordinary people. Yet experienced collectors know that appearances can be deceiving. Under layers of grime, a coin may still possess strong detail, rare dye characteristics, or valuable mint-state surfaces that dramatically increase its worth. This hidden potential factor creates excitement throughout the coin-collecting world because every old wheat penny carries the possibility of being a remarkable discovery. Stories of collectors uncovering rare high-grade coins from ordinary circulation continue to inspire new generations of numismatists who dream of finding their own copper treasure. That excitement has helped keep the wheat penny market alive and thriving even after more than 70 years since the coin was minted. Another reason the 1951 D wheat penny remains highly respected is because it represents a period when American coins were still made with substantial amounts of real copper, giving them a weight, texture, and character modern coins often lack. Collectors frequently describe the rich copper glow of wheat pennies as warm and historic, especially when viewed under proper lighting. Unlike modern zinc-based scents that can corrode quickly, older copper wheat pennies often age gracefully and develop beautiful natural toning over time. Some dirty coins even develop unusual chocolate brown or reddish-black surfaces that advanced collectors consider attractive because they show originality and age. The tactile feeling of holding a genuine mid-century copper coin connects people directly to the past in a way digital currency never can. That emotional and historical connection is one of the strongest reasons collectors continue paying premium prices for exceptional wheat pennies. As inflation rises and modern coins lose purchasing power, many collectors also appreciate older copper coins as tangible historical assets with enduring collector demand and long-term significance. The 1952 United States wheat penny remains one of the most fascinating copper coins ever produced during the golden age of American coinage, and even today collectors become excited when they discover one hidden inside an old jar, dusty drawer, or inherited coin collection. Although many people casually call it a Morgan dollar penny, the coin is actually part of the famous Lincoln Wheat Cent series that began in 1909 and continued until 1958. What makes the 1952 issue especially interesting is the way ordinary-looking coins in worn or extremely dirty condition can suddenly become highly valuable if they possess rare mint errors, strong details, or unusual preservation. While heavily circulated examples may only sell for a few cents, rare high-grade specimens and unusual varieties have crossed into the thousands of dollars, with some examples reportedly reaching values near $9,000 at auction depending on condition, strike quality, and collector demand. U.S. Coins Guide +1. The historical importance of the 1952 wheat penny is deeply connected to America's long tradition of decimal coinage and the evolution of the Lincoln cent itself. The wheat penny series became legendary because it carried the image of President Abraham Lincoln, making it one of the first widely circulated American coins to feature a real historical figure instead of symbolic artwork. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin represented patriotism, national unity, and economic strength during the post-war American boom. By 1952, millions of these pennies were circulating through grocery stores, banks, train stations, and family businesses across the country. Even though huge numbers were minted, very fine examples became harder to find over time because most entered heavy circulation and suffered years of scratches, dirt buildup, oxidation, and environmental damage. That is why collectors carefully inspect even the dirtiest 1952 wheat pennies today, hoping to uncover a hidden rarity beneath decades of grime and discoloration. Coino +1. One of the biggest reasons collectors admire the 1952 wheat penny is its rich copper composition, which gives the coin its classic reddish-brown appearance and old-fashioned charm. These coins were struck using approximately 95% copper, along with small amounts of tin and zinc, creating a strong and durable metal mixture that allowed many examples to survive for generations. The warm copper glow of older wheat pennies is one of the most loved characteristics in numismatics, especially when traces of original mint luster remain visible beneath dirt or tunning. Many collectors believe dirty coins can sometimes hide untouched surfaces underneath, which is why experienced dealers never aggressively clean old pennies. Cleaning can destroy original surfaces and dramatically reduce value. In some cases, a dark, dirty 1952 wheat penny may actually hold more collector appeal than a polished one, because it retains authentic age and originality. The copper content itself also adds historical significance, because these coins were minted before the major metallic changes introduced decades later. Bullion Shark +2. The true excitement surrounding the 1952 wheat penny comes from the possibility of discovering a rare variety or extremely high-grade example worth serious money. Certain coins with strong strikes, sharp wheat lines, and brilliant red surfaces have sold for astonishing prices compared to ordinary circulated examples. Collectors search intensely for coins graded in mint state condition because very few survive decades of circulation without heavy wear. Rare mint errors such as doubled dies, off-center strikes, repunched mint marks, or coins struck on incorrect planchets can push values dramatically higher. Some reports mention exceptional 1952 wheat pennies selling for several $1,000s, especially when certified by professional grading services and preserved in nearly flawless condition. Even a dirty coin can become valuable if it reveals a rare error after professional examination. That possibility keeps collectors searching through rolls of pennies, estate collections, and flea market finds every single day. U.S. Coins Guide +3. Collector demand for wheat pennies has grown enormously in recent years because many people now view vintage American coins as both historical treasures and alternative investments. As modern coins lose artistic uniqueness and precious metal content, older copper coins like the 1952 wheat penny continue gaining attention from younger collectors and investors alike. Social media videos, coin auctions, and online collector communities have created worldwide excitement around rare pennies, causing prices for premium examples to rise steadily. Some collectors specifically search for dirty or unattractive wheat pennies because they believe overlooked coins can still contain hidden rarity. Stories of rare pennies selling for thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars have inspired ordinary people to inspect every old cent they encounter. While not every 1952 wheat penny is a fortune, the possibility of finding a valuable one keeps demand extremely strong across the numismatic market. The Sun +2. For serious collectors and investors, understanding condition and grading standards is absolutely essential when dealing with a 1952 wheat penny. A coin graded very fine or extremely fine will usually command far more money than a heavily worn example, while certified mint state coins may become investment-level collectibles. Experts recommend examining the wheat stalks, Lincoln's cheek, jawline, lettering sharpness, and surface quality before estimating value. Professional grading companies like PCGS and NGC are trusted because they authenticate coins, detect cleaning or damage, and assign official grades that increase buyer confidence. Collectors are also encouraged to store coins carefully in protective holders to prevent environmental damage and corrosion. Joining coin collecting communities, attending local coin shows, and discussing discoveries with experienced numismatists can greatly improve a collector's knowledge and ability to recognize valuable varieties. Many important discoveries have been made by ordinary collectors who simply took the time to study their coins carefully. Chronicle Collectibles News +2. Beyond money and rarity, the 1952 wheat penny carries enormous symbolic meaning in American culture and numismatic history. The image of Abraham Lincoln on the coin reminds collectors of leadership, perseverance, and national identity, while the wheat stalks symbolize agricultural strength and economic prosperity. These pennies circulated through some of the most transformative decades in American history, passing through the hands of soldiers, workers, students, and families during a rapidly changing world. Because the wheat penny series ended in 1958. Surviving examples now serve as miniature historical artifacts that connect modern collectors to everyday life in mid-20th century America. International collectors are also drawn to these coins because they represent a classic era of United States coin design that is instantly recognizable around the world. Even people who know little about numismatics often recognize the famous wheat reverse design immediately. Coinoplus 2. The long-term future of the 1952 wheat penny appears increasingly strong as collector interest continues expanding across global markets. As time passes, fewer original examples remain available, especially coins with attractive surfaces, rare errors, or untouched copper color. This gradual decline in supply, combined with rising international demand, creates steady upward pressure on values over the years. Many collectors believe wheat pennies represent more than simple pocket change because they combine history, artistry, nostalgia, and investment potential in one small copper coin. A dirty 1952 wheat penny found today might appear ordinary at first glance, but under proper inspection it could reveal hidden beauty, historical significance, or surprising financial value. That mystery is exactly why these coins continue captivating collectors generation after generation, proving that even the smallest piece of copper can carry enormous importance in the world of rare coins. U.S. Coins Guide. Plus, another fascinating aspect of the 1952 wheat penny is the emotional connection many collectors feel when holding one in their hands. Unlike modern coins that are produced in enormous quantities with little artistic individuality, the wheat penny carries the feeling of a different America, an era when coins traveled through diners, train stations, corner shops, and family farms. Every scratch, stain, and dark patch on a dirty 1952 penny tells a silent story of decades spent in circulation. Some collectors imagine the coin passing through thousands of hands during the booming post-war economy, surviving economic changes, political shifts, and technological revolutions before finally being rediscovered by a modern treasure hunter. This emotional value often becomes just as important as the financial value because collectors see these pennies as living pieces of history rather than ordinary currency. That powerful sense of nostalgia continues driving demand among both older collectors and younger generations entering the hobby for the first time. The mystery surrounding rare minting mistakes has also made the 1952 wheat penny one of the most searched-for Lincoln cents in circulation finds and estate collections. Tiny production errors that were once ignored at the mint can now transform an ordinary-looking penny into a prized collector's item worth thousands of dollars. A faint doubling in the lettering, an unusual strike alignment, or even an off-metal error can dramatically increase collector interest overnight. Many experienced numismatists carefully inspect dirty coins under magnification because years of grime may hide valuable details invisible to the naked eye. Stories of collectors purchasing old coin jars for a few dollars and later discovering rare wheat pennies worth several $1,000s continue fueling excitement throughout the coin collecting community. These discoveries create the thrilling belief that treasure may still exist inside forgotten collections waiting to be uncovered. The investment appeal of the 1952 wheat penny has become even stronger as inflation and economic uncertainty encourage people to place money into physical collectibles with historical value. Rare coins are often viewed as long-term tangible assets because they cannot simply be reproduced like paper currency or digital investments. High-grade copper wheat pennies have shown steady appreciation over the years, especially examples certified by respected grading companies. Wealthy collectors and auction houses continue competing for premium specimens because the finest surviving coins become increasingly scarce each year. Many investors believe the value of historically important American coins will continue climbing as global interest in numismatics expands. Because of this, some collectors purchase wheat pennies not only for enjoyment, but also as part of a long-term financial strategy designed to preserve wealth across generations. The international popularity of the 1952 wheat penny is another reason it remains highly respected in the numismatic world. Collectors from Europe, Asia, the Middle East, and Latin America actively search for American wheat pennies because they symbolize classic United States coinage at its finest. The design is simple yet instantly recognizable, and the rich copper surfaces give the coin a timeless visual appeal that transcends language and culture. In many countries, American coins are admired as symbols of economic power and historical influence, making rare wheat pennies desirable far beyond the borders of the United States. Online auctions and global coin marketplaces have made it easier than ever for international buyers to compete for valuable examples, increasing prices and strengthening demand worldwide. This growing global recognition ensures that the 1952 wheat penny continues gaining prestige as one of the most iconic copper coins in American numismatic history.